Hey, Facebook land, it's Marita Esteva, one who catches lightning with the path of Ish. Welcome to Mondays with Marita. We are talking today about creating from the unknown. So we're getting ready for the full moon. Usually my full moon practices start a couple days before and then last a couple days later. So please share. It seems it's telling me to share this. So if you want to share, go ahead and share. So I wanted to talk about the topic that we're going to be talking, having ceremony about tomorrow. And it's really about creating from that space of unknowing. And can you let go of what you think you know, who you think you are, and your expectations? I had this amazing revelation today. As I was working today on myself and with a client and things like that. And one of the things that, that we discovered and that I discovered today is, we all talk about how we hold grief in our lungs, right? We always also talk about how, if you want to clear your lungs and clear, you also need to clear also your digestive system and things like that because they're connected. And then if you want to start going in, we know that, Chinese medicine teaches us about how our anger is held in our liver, right? If you do yoga, a lot of people say anger or disappointment is held in your hips. And so I just want to talk today about all of the messages that you're holding in your body in the different places and getting into our spleen and getting into other places that hold not just grief, but also affect our third chakra, which is our sense of knowing, of how we walk in this world. Now, how do you walk in a world where your knowing is, I don't know, right? We're coming upon September in the United States. Schools are going back. Some are coming in. Some are not going back. We're in uncertain times, and we keep talking about this, and we've made it our new quote-unquote normal, whatever that means. So I want to talk about the chakra system a little bit today, and I want to talk about how you build up and how that affects you and how to create from unknowing. So before we do that, let's just take our 3 breaths together. In and out through the nose. Let's bring our mind into this time, into this place. Hi, Chris Harris. In and out through the nose. Bringing our body into this time, into this place. In and out through the nose, bringing our essence, our soul into this time, into this place. And as you settle into your bones, into your body, into your marrow, into the seeds of your potential, as you connect with your ancestors and connect with all the directions, the direction of the south, which we are in the time of fire, the direction of the north, where our ancestors remind us of who we are and plant our seeds of potential in our marrow, in our bones. The time of the east, we thank the time of the east for the time of water and the time of beginnings and planting seeds. And we face the west soon, coming up very soon. The time of the thunder people and the time to gather everything that we have planted. Wow, so here we are in a time of almost gathering what we have planted. But what did we plant? We planted in really kind of hectic times. Hi, Jade. Hope everyone's good as well. And so when you have expectations of a harvest, how do you adjust? I don't know if anyone knows about farming on here. I do a little farming myself, and I'm in a business, have been in a business that has agriculture and food for the last 20 years. And sometimes you get one shot at harvest, and sometimes you get many shots at harvest. And you have to deal with unknowns all the time, right? You're always having to deal with pests, mites, fungus, wild pigs. That's what we're dealing with right now. I was not prepared for that. Ate all our pineapples. You have to deal with people not respecting your boundaries and your borders and what you're planting. You have to sometimes put new things into your soil, into your nutrients. So how can you plan, right? How can you plan to plant and harvest in a time where your expectations of you knowing how things usually happen in this kind of a world, how you usually get through things, muscle through things, pray through things, barely slide through things, when you don't know what's going to happen in the next coming months, when things feel so uncertain. So I want us to connect, right? We've grounded in, we've opened up the circle. Let's connect to our first chakra, the base of our spine, right? So put your hand there if you can, or just like kind of feel into it. And let's ask Mother Earth for a root to come up through the earth to connect to that first chakra and feel into that first chakra. And that first chakra is your connection. Now, again, chakras are thought of they come into many practices, including the Hopi, Native Americans, right? That first chakra is our connection to Mother Earth and also our idea of stability and family. And why is that so important? If you have a good connection that you believe you will be sustained, sustenance, right? You have a family, what not born into, but maybe that you've created a good support system and network, then that allows you to build that fire, right? That fire, that red heat coming up. And as that rises, it rises into your second chakra, into that place of creativity and sexuality. Now, today in the Mayan calendar, it's all about sexy time. I say it wink, wink, but it's true. It's about connecting to your sexuality. So that means really connecting to your creativity and having no shame. Now, this is the really interesting thing since we're talking about shame, because where does shame show up in the body? If you look at Chinese medicine, it says that shame many times shows up in your spleen. So and in your third chakra. Wow. So if I don't have a good sense of sustenance, if that's unsteady, then I can't create from a very creative place. Last week, we talked about creating from a place and an identity of lack, right? Are you creating your boundaries, your borders, your reality based on, wow, there's not of lack, right? And again, not everyone has everyone's in different situations around the globe and around the world. Everyone's living in different skins with different access to things, right? So we're not negating any of that, right? But now let's see, if we don't have that stability, right? Then we don't have the creativity. And then our sexuality and our creativity get stuck in our third chakra. So let's put our hands, I have to walk here. My wife is doing another live, so I'm going to close it here. Let's put our hands on that solar plexus. So put your hand on your solar plexus right there. There you go. All right, nice, strong solar plexus. Especially if you're a trained singer, you got that thing going, nice and going. And I want you to feel into the solar plexus. This is really, when this is unbalanced, we do not allow love to come in. I want to say that again. When your third chakra is unbalanced, we do not allow a love to come in. We don't allow sweetness to our life. And then we can also process it, right? If we look about the systems that are around there through our back, our kidneys, our organs, and our liver and things like that, our pancreas, right? Pancreas is where we also hold a lot of shame. So what happens when we live in shame? And why does shame show up? Because sometimes we have these ideas of who we're supposed to be or how things are supposed to work out. And then when they don't, because we live in this Western society that teaches us that we are who we are by what we do and judges us and gives us a sense of security because of that, then we have no sense of security. We have no creativity to create new solutions. Then we go into shame because we have not produced. And that shame is right there in that solar plexus. So put that hand in that solar plexus and let's ask the energy of wind to come in. So that's the energy of your breath. So take a deep, deep breath. Push out your solar plexus. Hold it for the count of 4. 3, 2, 1. And release. Let's do that 2 more times again. Nice big breath into your solar plexus. Hold that. Hold that. Release. 1 more time. Nice deep breath into your solar plexus. Everything that's stuck in there. Shame. And let that go. When we can let go of shame or carrying other people's shame, we allow ourselves to be witnessed in love, to allow love to come into our lives. When the third chakra is not balanced, then we go into judgment, right? We go into righteousness. My way is the only way. This is the way that we're doing this, right? You're wrong and I'm right. And we feel enfadado, emphatic in English, that we're right and our way is right and everyone else is wrong. Let's feel into that. Are you having any of that? Are you having any of that judgment? Right? And why do we judge ourselves? Again, Western colonized society teaches us to judge. Now, we can go back to basics and fear and flight and why we have to judge situations quickly to make sure that we're not going to die. But I'm talking about judgment and shame. I'm talking about we are taught to create the other. That person, that idea, that identity, that sexuality is different from me. Therefore, I judge it because I want to be safe. Sometimes we judge so that we're safe. That means we're not living our truth. The third chakra is all about living your potential and your truth. But again, it's built up from the first. Connection, family, nurturing, sustenance. Second, sexuality, creativity. Now I can walk as myself. So if those two, these bottom three pillars aren't in good balance, then where's your heart? How can your heart be sustained and maintained if it's living from these nether regions, right? We got a lot going on. We got a lot of organs in these nether regions, right? More so than up here, right? We got a lot going on. Spleen, liver, kidneys, large intestine, small intestine, bladders, sexual reproductive organs. There's a lot going on down there. So, because we're in the time of the moon, let's go back to that root from Mother Earth. And let's ask with great humility, and great humility, when I'm talking about great humility, the way that I've been taught in the Hopi way, the Navajo, the Lakota, the Mayan way. It's about your connection with yourself and your connection with spirit, knowing that you have that connection, knowing that you can walk in a good way, complete your journey. That is humility. That is true humility, knowing that you can accomplish something, right? Not humility, which equals martyrdom, which equals shame, which is colonization and westernization. Decolonize your mind, decolonize your heart, and let's decolonize our third chakra. So, let's ask right now for the blessings of Mother Moon, Onohe, Luna, to come in through our crown. Come in through these chakras, these systems, our voice, our heart. And rest right now at that solar plexus. And let's feel that information that she has to give us. The moon is billions of years old. Billions. Billions, not just one, like over 30 billion years old. Physical moon than in shade. So let's feel into that wisdom, that billion-year-old wisdom of how to stay on track, how to stay in orbit. The moon has gone through changes. The earth has gone through changes. The earth has seen species become extinct. Other species take over. Yet the moon and the sun shine and orbit and do what they do. Can you be in this place of not knowing really what the future holds and be okay with that? Sometimes we want to know because we want to make sure we're safe. So let's recognize that feeling of not feeling safe. And instead of trying to fix it, let's be with it right now. Feel into that third chakra. Where do you feel unsafe there? Feel all of the information that the media is feeding you. Feel all the information that you're carrying on from your family line, your history line. Feel all the information that's stuck in there from other people, your friends, coworkers, your animals, right? I have a cat that wakes me up at 5 a.m. She's definitely stuck in there, right? Her needs, what she needs. All of these needs and all of these pressures and all of these things that we try to figure out so we can feel safe, so we feel safe, then we don't judge ourselves, then we can be productive, and then we have value. All of those stories, we ask Onahe, Grandmother Moon, we ask Mother Earth, to meet us in our sacred place, our sacral chakra, to fill it with their light and their wisdom and their sweetness. They understand change. They understand nations rising and falling, the earth changing, vegetation, species dying. They understand that they've seen that. And yet here they are in this balance of life and death. Breathe in again. What story can you let go of today? How can you show up for yourself today? How can you be you today? You. Not your mother, not your father, not your sister, not your brother, not your coworkers, not your boss, not your animals, not your lover. You. You, Onahe. Teach us how to be in this place of unknowing, uncertainty, unwillingness. Feel into your unwillingness right now. Wow, let's not judge it. What are you unwilling to do and why? Maybe it's good because you're setting a great boundary. Maybe you're unwilling to change because you're afraid, because you don't know what that means. That's okay. All we need to do is name it and let it be. Thank you, unwillingness, for showing up today to teach us, just like the trees and the stone and the wind and the rocks and the oceans and the river teach us. Thank you, unwillingness. Thank you, shame, for teaching us today. Feel into that potential, into the unknowing. Unknowing is potential. Unknowing, I'm going to start crying, is potential. Let's feel into not knowing, not judging, not planning, uncertainty, unknowing. Feel into that, and can we just let it be there? You can only create with the energy that you know. If you want to create something that you don't know how to create, can you be with the energy of not knowing? And yes, rain, Jade, I love rain as well. The energy of water in so many forms. Let's take our 3 breaths again. In and out through the nose. And drop your head into your 3rd chakra. Your thinking. Can you unknow your thinking? In and out through the nose. Drop your body into your 3rd chakra. Can you let go of shame? In and out through the nose, bringing our essence into the 3rd chakra, our potential. Are we walking our way? Are we walking informed by fear and informed by other people's expectations? And are we creating our identities based on trying to feel like we've accomplished something? Last breath. Combining all things, moonbeam, starlight, trees, ocean, river, stream, rain, wind, earth, roots, systems, potential, unknowing, all things, welcome, and just letting them be. As we say thank you to all the support we've received in this small little plática and meditation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks everyone for joining. I hope you like, please share. Again, Marita, one who catches lightning with the path of Ish. I have a full moon practice tomorrow. #moon, full moon, if you want me to send you the link to sign up. It is recorded. So if you don't catch me tomorrow, it's at 3 p.m. Hawaii, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. East Coast. You can watch it later. We're going to be delving a little bit more in. We're going to have much more singing, definitely singing, ceremony, meditation, and a lot more. So I hope that you'll join me tomorrow, Tuesday, full moon, #full moon, and I will send you the information. I'll also link it here. May you walk in a good way, and may you walk with much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Goodbye. Have a good one.